What's going on, guys? I'm Bill and welcome to Billshowto. Now, whether you've got old screws that were in your wall, you've got little holes that were left behind, you might have been nailing, left a dent in the wall, or better yet, you might have put a hole straight through it. Guys, even if you thought there was money behind your wall and you cut a section out, there's no money there. Don't worry, guys, I'm going to show you exactly how to patch up all these little holes, big holes in your wall, and it's so simple. So the first thing you want to do, regardless of which hole it is that you're fixing, simply get a scraper and just clean off all these edges. Make sure there's no loose ends on them. And that's it. They're ready to get started. Alright guys, so when fixing these holes, all you want to use is a joint compound. Okay, I've got here a pre-mixed version, so it comes pre-mixed in the tub like that. You don't have to add water or mix it or anything. A lot easier to use and less mess. So you simply get a little bit on your blade and you want to just fill those holes in. Okay, even this one here where we put a dent in there so it didn't go right through, you can simply patch that one up just like that, feather it out. Okay, and we will be sanding this one and possibly recoating it depending on how it dries up. Now when it comes to this hole right here, it's a deep hole, it's a big hole, so what we'll be using is a fiberglass mesh. Now with the fiberglass mesh, it looks like this, okay? It's a mesh tape that simply sits over the hole. One side is sticky, so you've got an adhesive, and you simply tape it over the hole. Now if your hole is a little bit bigger than the tape itself, you can simply cut it twice and put it over the hole. So as I'm going to do here, so simply cut across, press that down firmly, put your second piece, and once again press that down firmly so that it sticks in place. And I'll enter my phone. Alright guys, so once your mesh is in place, now it's time for the joint compound. What I like to do is simply put a bit on a blade, okay, and work it through. The reason why I work it through is just to warm it up a bit. It becomes a little bit easier to work with. So just simply work that on the blade. That's all you have to do. Becomes a little bit more easier to work with. Once it's ready, simply put it on and spread it. Making sure to press down firmly so that you work its way through all these grooves. Like I said, the better job you do on patching, the less sanding you will have to do. So it's worth spending a little bit extra time and simply patching that up. Alright guys, so that's done now. We'll move on to the bigger hole. Make sure you leave this to dry. Now once this dries up, it'll all turn white. That's the best indicator to know that it's ready to be sanded. Don't try and sand it beforehand. Now what I'll be doing is I'll also have a link in the description below for how to speed up the drying process, and I'll show you guys in that video how to speed up the drying process. Rather than waiting 24 hours, you can probably get it done in about 20 minutes. So make sure you check that video out, and we'll now move on to this bigger hole here. Alright guys, so when it comes to fixing this hole right here, what you want to do, okay, is don't cut a piece of drywall or Sheetrock, whatever it is that you want to call it. Okay, don't cut a piece to fit this hole exactly. That's going to take you a long time. Okay, what you want to do is simply get a piece of offcut that's bigger than this hole, like I've got right here. It's even got a nice little shape on there. Okay, so what you want to do, simply place it over the hole, just like that, and trace around it. Okay, so now we've got that marked out, we simply cut this piece out. Take that piece out, and now your new piece should slot straight in there perfectly. Now that that's cut out, what you need to do is simply get some off-cut timber. I've got here some trim that's left over, making sure that it's bigger than the hole. Okay, all you want to do is simply slot it in from behind like that. We'll be putting a screw on top, screw on the bottom, and that'll be our backing plate for the Sheetrock or the drywall to rest on. Now we want to also do the same on the other side, so we'll have two pieces screwed in just like that. So now that we've got our support in place, we can simply slot the drywall in, just like that, and now it fits perfect. So all you want to do is simply screw those in now. Now that we've got some support at the back to screw it into. Once again, making sure that they're not flush, we want them a little bit below the surface. And there you have it. Ready to be patched again. We'll be using our mesh tape. This time, rather than putting it on dry against the butt joint, what I like to do first is simply fill it all in with a bit of the compound and then put the tape on top. So we'll get that done. Just like before, we want to work the compound, okay, making sure it gets a little bit warm. Okay, that way we're going to get a bit more usability out of it. Simply work it on the blade just like that. Okay. And now we're ready to start filling in all these gaps right here. So all of these little gaps around the edges, making sure to press down firmly. We want to get all of that filled up before we get our tape on there. So once again with the mesh tape, simply place it over the top, press down nice and firm, cut the excess off, and do the same all the way around. Okay, so once you've got your tape in place, using your blade you can simply run over it, making sure it's got full contact, okay, and then once again back with our compound. So that can go just straight over the top. There you have it guys, that's how to patch and repair a whole variety of different holes in the wall. Okay, now as you can tell with this one here, it's almost dried off. Once this one's completely dry, I'll give it a quick sand and then once again give it another hit with the compound. So making sure to feather everything out. I'll bring everything out a bit wider this time, and also to making sure to hide all this mesh taping right here. So it'll be another skim coat straight over the top. Dry time will be a lot quicker. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful. If there's anything else that you'd like to see, don't forget to put it in the comment section below. I'd be happy to show you guys how to do it. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe guys. Until next time, I'm Bill, and thanks for watching Bill's How To.